Attention passionate Washington Commanders fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the NFC East and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Washington Commanders' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Washington Commanders fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS, and Washington Commanders FANS. Let's get to the news, all right. So here's the scoop that's been buzzing around the league lately, and it's got everyone talking. Word on the street is that the Washington Commanders are seriously eyeing a potential trade for Cincinnati Bengals wide receiver Ja'Marr Chase. Yeah, you heard that right. Chase, one of the most explosive and dynamic receivers in the league, could soon be donning the burgundy and gold if everything falls into place. Now, I know what some of you might be thinking. Is this even real? Can Washington pull this off? Well, the rumors are heating up, and sources close to the situation are suggesting that the Commanders are making real progress towards a deal, though it's not a done deal just yet. The Bengals are reportedly hesitating, but there's a strong buzz that a trade could be finalized soon, maybe within the next few days or weeks. What makes this potential move so exciting? Well, for starters, it could be a game changer for Washington's offense. Right now, the Commanders have a solid receiving core led by Terry McLaurin, who's been a steady force for years. But with McLaurin's holdout in 2025 and the team's struggles to put up big passing numbers, only 202 yards per game, which ranks 20th in the league, they're clearly in need of a spark. Chase could be that spark, that elite deep threat that defenses have to respect at all times. Think about it. Chase's speed, his ability to stretch the field, and his knack for making contested catches in tight windows, he would immediately elevate Washington's aerial attack to a whole new level. In recent seasons, Chase has proven to be a true difference maker. In 2025, he played all 16 games and racked up impressive stats: 112 receptions for 548 yards, averaging nearly 97 yards per game with 13 touchdowns. That's elite production, especially considering his yards per reception stand at 13.8. His PFF grade for 2025 was a stellar 91.7, showing that he's not just productive but also highly efficient. His EPA per target was around 0.39, meaning he consistently creates positive value, and his yards after catch averaged 6.2 yards, demonstrating his ability to turn short throws into big gains. Chase also hauled in 25 contested catches, a testament to his ability to win in tight coverage. His career totals now sit at nearly 0 yards and 45 touchdowns, with over 100 receptions in each of the last 2 seasons, minimal injuries. Just a hamstring injury in Week 3 of 2025 that kept him out for 1 game. And let's not forget his standout performance in Week 5 against the Baltimore Ravens, where he caught 11 passes for 162 yards and scored twice. That's the kind of game-changing talent that can flip the momentum in a game and even in a playoff scenario. Now, why would Cincinnati even consider trading Chase? Well, the Bengals had a somewhat disappointing 8-9 record in 2025, and their defense ranked 24th in points allowed per game, giving up roughly 25.2 points. On top of that, cap space is a concern. Cincinnati is projected to be about $11 million over the cap in 2026, and they're about to rework their offensive line after Joe Burrow signed a massive extension worth $58 million per year. Chase's cap hit is $30 million, which is a pretty hefty figure for a wide receiver, especially with T. Higgins potentially hitting free agency. The Bengals might be looking at a rebuild or at least a retool, and moving Chase could free up some much-needed cap space and draft picks. This is where Washington comes in as a perfect landing spot, especially considering their current cap situation. The Commanders have around $32 million in cap space, which gives them some flexibility to absorb Chase's contract. Adding him to the roster would immediately boost their receiving core, making them a much more formidable offense. McLaurin is a reliable target, but pairing him with Chase would create a dynamic duo that defenses would have a hard time stopping. Imagine the deep balls, the YAC yards after catch, and the mismatches that would open up for Taylor Heinicke or whoever's under center. The impact on Washington's passing game could be massive. Currently, McLaurin averages about 105 yards per season, but has also had issues with drops, around 7 drops in 2025. Adding Chase would give the Commanders a true X factor, someone who can take the top off the defense and open up the entire field. With Chase in the lineup, projections show a potential increase of over 25% in EPA per pass. That's a significant boost in efficiency. Think about the Dolphins with Tyreek Hill in 2024. They turned their offense into one of the most explosive units in the league, and Washington could see a similar transformation. From a statistical standpoint, Chase versus McLaurin is an intriguing matchup. Chase tends to gain +1. 8 yards per route run, and his EPA per target is +0.31, with an 18% contested catch rate. Those numbers suggest he's better at creating big plays and winning in tight coverage, which is exactly what the Commanders' offense could use. And if we look at the big picture, Chase's ability to produce 40-plus yard plays and improve the passing attack's overall efficiency could push Washington into a new echelon of offensive threats. The Super Bowl odds are also shifting. Currently, Washington's odds to win are around +2,500, not exactly the favorites, but with Chase, those odds could drop significantly to around +850. His presence could be the X factor that propels the team into playoff contention and possibly beyond. It's not just about adding a talented receiver. It's about changing the identity of the offense, making it more explosive, more unpredictable, and more dangerous. Of course, the Bengals aren't thrilled at the idea of losing Chase. They risk losing one of their best playmakers, which could stagnate their offense and make it harder to compete. But for Washington, this is an opportunity to strike now, to build a high-octane attack that could rival the best in the league. Imagine a future where Chase and McLaurin operate as a deadly duo, with the quarterback having the arm and the vision to hit them deep and in stride. That kind of duo could redefine the Commanders' offense and give them a real shot at playoff success. Now all of this hinges on the final negotiations, the Bengals' willingness to part ways and Washington's ability to meet their asking price. But the potential upside is enormous. Chase's skill set fits perfectly with the Commanders' needs, and the way the team has been building, it's clear they're not afraid to go all in for a shot at the Super Bowl. Fans are buzzing about this, and rightfully so. The idea of adding a player of Ja'Marr Chase's caliber is enough to make any Commanders supporter excited for what's ahead. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YouTube algorithm to keep recommending the latest Washington Commanders news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if this trade does go through, it could redefine the Commanders' offensive philosophy. They'd be leaning more into a fast-paced, big-play style, reminiscent of the best teams in recent years. Think about the possibilities: Chase running deep routes, McLaurin working the underneath, and Taylor Heinicke or whoever's throwing the ball, now with a true deep threat to unlock defenses. The coaching staff would have a new toy to scheme around, and the fans would finally see a truly explosive offense that matches Washington's potent defense. And it's not just about this season. The addition of Chase would set up the Commanders for the next few years. His youth, talent, and proven production mean he's not just a quick fix. He's a long-term building block for a team looking to contend consistently. With Chase, the team's passing game would become more unpredictable, more dangerous, and more exciting. It's the kind of move that can energize the locker room, elevate the entire fan base, and give the team a fresh identity that rivals the NFC's best. Of course, there are questions. How much will Cincinnati really want in return? Are the Commanders willing to part with their first-round pick in 2026 and their third in 2027? And what about the chemistry? Chase has been in Cincinnati's system for a while now, and integrating him into Washington's offense would take some work. But the upside is undeniable. For a team that's been on the cusp of greatness, making a bold move like this could be exactly what they need to push over the edge. So for all the Commanders fans out there, this is a moment to be excited. The potential of adding Ja'Marr Chase isn't just about getting a star receiver. It's about transforming the entire offense and setting the stage for a serious playoff run. The NFC East is already tough, but with a weapon like Chase, Washington could become the division's biggest headache. The next few weeks will be crucial, keep your eyes peeled, because if this trade goes through, it could be one of the biggest moves in recent franchise history. And now, Washington Commanders fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Washington Commanders. And don't forget, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for the latest Washington Commanders news.